And
You
more.
sold your dignity for this podcast. Is that what you're saying?
You don't need dignity for well. Yeah, no, you throw it out the window.
Oh, okay.
Dignity anytime.
No
anywhere,
dignity,
everywhere.
no doubt.
So
I'm
does
holding
that-
on. I'm holding on to my dignity for right now. All right, I'm not ready to throw it away just yet.
That's a good note to begin on. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, friends and people of the internet. My name is BJ. This is the 15-minute BJ podcast.
As BJ pulls pubic hair out of his microphone.
Yeah. There is no dignity in this podcast. Just want to let you know this is dignity free. We're now 10% less dignity. So,
Oh, damn.
For people on a dignity free diet, check it out. 15-minute BJ. Today I'm joined by the illustrious, the talented Brian Hamby and our good friend Rick.
See that?
We
See
got
that? All right.
we got a newbie.
That's an introduction, all right.
He's like Cher. He only gets a first name though.
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna start your legacy, Rick.
All right.
Just Rick.
Glad to be here.
So today we are going to talk about the positive side effect of music. I think in today's world, it's not always the happiest, brightest place to live. And instead of dwelling on the negative, I think we need to all start telling each other and sharing how to just find some positive, and how to make yourself happy. Because we all have those days where you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to do anything. You just got to power through your day, whatever. And it's always music that people go to. They put in their headphones and they play a song. So today I want to dive into what that song is for you guys. And maybe we can figure out a song for the world. So what is, we'll start with this. What is your go-to music when you wake up in the morning? Not even on a bad day. Just the first thing you wake up, what do you want to hear?
I don't know. For me, it's usually something from the mid-'90s and punk rock.
Something upbeat.
Yeah, usually Rancid, something like that.
How about you, Rick?
I usually go for funk or maybe just old school rap, early 90s.
It depends kind of what day it is. I feel like certain days it takes a certain style of music to get you going. It's not, you don't even think about it. It's just you wake up, you're like, all right, today Megadeth is going to get me through the day. You're like, fuck, I'm going to listen to Biggie on repeat. If I'm on a real downer, I'll listen to fucking Ready to Die over and over.
Oh, all right.
But if I'm having coffee and ready to tackle some shit, I'll listen to some speed metal or some thrash metal. So I was just interested to see what you guys wake up and listen to, because I know
All right.
Currency is one of my regular go-tos in the morning. I like
person you introduced me to. Yeah, it usually is on a fun weekend, maybe a car trip. If I'm in a good mood, it's definitely a good song to put on, especially when it's just having fun with friends, going out with a female.
all the old B-sides, his song "Famous." You can't find it on any of the stuff online. It's you have to look it up on YouTube for some weird
Oh no, his
backtrack.
His old tracks now are on Spotify.
Oh, there. I haven't looked it up in a while.
But yeah, you got Famous. You got what is it, Montreal?
Yeah.
Everything from Pilot Talk 1, 2, and 3.
"Famous" is an award-winning wake-up song. I like that song. That one and Lemon Kush. That one's good. Or Orange Kush.
Yes.
I think it was
No, it's Lemon Kush.
Yeah.
You got
I like both, but
Another favorite. And Led Zeppelin's also a good one.
Oh yeah.
What is it? Good Times, Bad Times, Communication Breakdown. Definitely feel good songs. I mean, might have a sad theme to them, but definitely rock out to them.
How about you,
Pedal to
Brian?
the metal.
What was the song you woke up this morning and listened to? Do you remember what the first song you heard today was?
I'm going to be quite honest with you. Today I did not wake up and listen to music. Today I woke up and listened to Art Bell because I'm a nerd.
What a nerd! Sometimes that happens too, though. I wake up and listen to the Joe Rogan podcast. Sometimes it's not even music.
I
But,
love AM talk radio, especially Art Bell. It's the most random radio show that's still out there and takes calls of wackos in the middle of nowhere.
I saw a werewolf
There's
last
a
night.
UFO about to beam me and Ma. Ma, get the gun! I love all of those. But
That's kind of musical too.
yesterday was pretty much. I woke up to Goldfinger. That's what I listened to.
I feel like if I wake up and I try to set a good tone with the music, that it'll follow through. But the days I don't listen to music, I feel like I might even be a little more lost. If I wake up and I know, all right, I gotta get shit done today, I'll just do a heavy metal wake up. I'll put on Slayer and I'll just power through a shower. It helps me go. But if I don't do that, I won't wake up till 2 in the morning or 2 in the morning. 2 in the afternoon.
It really depends on what I'm how I feel when I wake up and what I plan on doing exactly. Because Just last week, I did yard work. I cut the hedge, so I wear headphones when I do yard work. I was not listening to Alkaline Trio or any of the usual stuff I listen to. I was seriously like mad that I was doing yard work, so it was all like I listened to Thrice. I went through a Megadeth album.
I feel like the older I get too, the more like okay I am with just listening to people talk, like podcasts. Podcasts didn't exist that long ago. So when I was an angsty teenager, there was no podcast. You couldn't get a podcast on your CD player. So
how ironic is it that basically AM talk radio and FM morning shows are what podcasts have become. That's what a podcast is. You've taken the cool aspect of like what took you away from the music in the radio or on the radio, and you totally just dump it into one form.
yeah, so I think that's weird too. Like I think in my own life, music is kind of like not the only thing I listen to now. Like now I listen to people, which is like, do you consider that music? It's a podcast, but like I still consider it like it's in my ears and I'm listening to it in my car while I'm driving.
It still depends on my mood and everything. So I would say yeah.
I would also agree with that. It just depends on
you heard it here first. Podcasts are music, just like corporations are people.
Exactly like that.
All right, well, let's go a little darker now, because I know that in my experience, sometimes, and I've seen you guys do it too, when you're having a shitty day and you want to make it worse, you listen to some music that's not going to make you feel any better, but like sometimes I feel like it just pushes you deeper into that hole. For me, it's Elliott Smith. Like if I'm having a shitty day, I'm going to listen to Elliott Smith, and like it's just never going to get better. What is your go-to like fuck this soundtrack?
Slipknot.
Another good one. Hell yeah. Anything off of Iowa is a good "Fuck This World" song. There's even a song called "Fuck This World."
Their first album, self-titled.
Oh.
Just self-titled one. Yeah, from front to back. It's just the whole album. It's just not one in particular. It's
staring your boss in the face with one headphone in, just
just planning, plotting, strategizing in your brain, but gotta go to work. But nah, I don't do that, especially at the line of work that I'm at. So it's just usually jazz music. But
anger? Oh, Pantera. If I'm just in that mood where I'm like fuck the world and I'm just down and out and I just want to be angry, Pantera.
Yeah, there are times definitely like if I'm angry, the angry music just makes it worse. And like I remember I was in the lockers at high school one time, and I put on something. I just was in the worst mood already, and it just made it even worse. And just out of nowhere, I just swung and hit the locker and busted my knuckle open. Like did nothing to the locker, but everybody around me just like saw me do it. I wasn't talking to anybody. Like just put on music and just swung at a locker. Like sometimes angry music doesn't make me do smart things.
I think the only time I'm in danger of that ever is when I'm behind the wheel of an automobile, and you've both been in a car with me.
One foot.
Yeah. The minute the music gets fast, angry, or loud, and if I've had a bad day, my driving and how
he starts leaning forward into the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Gritting his teeth. Chewing on the steering wheel. Like, not even holding with his hands anymore.
And that's just Iron Maiden.
that's just the Sex Pistols.
That's my Barry Manilow record.
I've been seeing a lot, speaking of Sex Pistols, I've been seeing a lot of Johnny Rotten doing interviews now. Did you know he was on Shade 45,
Dude,
the Eminem channel?
Did you know that
Sway in the morning?
Did you know he did the Jay Leno Garage, like the Jay Leno's Garage show recently?
Yeah.
Where like Jay Leno like sat passenger and he's teaching him how to drive. He's like shifting for him. Oh my god.
Speaking of music in the morning, I always turn on YouTube and see what's going on there too, like, and check out like other like, music videos or see like who's making what music today. And there's usually nothing, but it always like recommends you videos, it's like top bar. The other day, my fucking YouTube was just like, you know what? You didn't get enough Johnny Rotten today. And it's like every video was just like a different Johnny Rotten interview. I was like, dude, he doesn't even go by Rotten anymore. Lighten? What a fucking wussy. I like his original name.
Yeah, if you go on my YouTube, all the suggested music right now is all the like virtuosos of either guitar or bass. Like I've been listening to Victor Wooten like I don't know for the last month. It's nothing but slap bass and crazy like solo stuff.
My YouTube account is basically thrash grass right now.
Thrash grass. I think I've seen a band that does like an AC/DC cover. They do like Back in Black or something, and they have like an actual dude hitting an anvil. Like they're all in fucking like overalls and shit. Like just super hillbilly. Thrash grass. I like this movement. We need to make more of this.
Definitely more of it if you look it up on YouTube.
My buddy Angus showed me this band from, I think it was like Denmark or something like that, and it's a Spanish. Ola Ghost, I think is what it's called. They dress like mariachis. They paint their faces up like 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 Day of the Dead skeletons.
I have seen that.
Yeah, and then like they play this like super like I don't know like Go-Go Bordello type style like mariachi music, but they're from Denmark, so it's just off a little bit. It's perfect. It's great. I don't even know how we got here, but you know what? Ola Ghost, I'm going to put that on my next angry day. I don't think I'll stay angry. If you're angry, listen to that shit.
It's that rabbit hole we crawl down every time.
We crawl down them, but you have to.
Just sometimes.
Just
But
like
no, most of the time.
just like music could take you down a rabbit hole. Conversation could take you down a lot of rabbit holes.
Music takes me down a rabbit hole every single time I ever pick up my instrument. There's so many times we play the same song over and over, but I want to like my mind's constantly going, yeah, no, you should play this too. And no, it doesn't work out. It's just constant obstacles. Like music. Picking a band I want to listen to at night when I'm going to sleep. Pink Floyd, usually.
When I'm drinking NyQuil, Pink Floyd for sure.
Oh man.
Chugging NyQuil, huh?
Not chugging. Well,
No,
just the doctor recommended chugs. It's the Katy Perry juice. But we don't talk about that anymore.
Yeah, no, we still talk about it.
No, we talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still talk about it.
Kids, don't drink NyQuil unless you're sick, and then drink it up.
Yeah. And if you see Katy Perry, send her BJ's way.
See, I can drink as much NyQuil as I do because I've gone like past being sick. I'm completely rad, so I drink as much NyQuil as I need to. But yeah, Pink Floyd for sure. You can feel it in your hands when you're listening to NyQuil. You ever done that?
No.
I was listening to it one time. I was camping. I remember I was super sick with my parents. I was camping with my parents, and I was super sick. Let's put that sentence in a cohesive order.
All right.
I was drinking the NyQuils, and I remember like laying down for bed, and like I was listening to the fucking Dark Side of the Moon. It's going to one of those like really trippy instrumental parts, and I could just like feel the pulse of the music in my fingertips. It's like this is crazy, not even crazy.
Yeah, Pink Floyd's the kind of band like you listen to, and you listen to like one or two songs, and you feel like you're melting in the couch. You don't even have to be stoned.
That's true.
You can
They
just-
weren't, were they? They said,
Yeah, they were.
oh. I've heard rumors that they don't, and I've heard rumors that they do. I don't know them personally.
Well, we've hung out a few times.
Yeah, we've hung out a few times. Not with them though.
No.
Just,
Not with them. Just you and me.
yeah, we've hung out.
Oh, this guy too. Yeah.
From time to time.
But you're always welcome, Pink Floyd. If you're hearing this right now,
Hey, Pink Floyd. If you want to kick it, just cruise through.
we'll take either singer too. I'll settle for Australian Pink Floyd. Fuck it. My dad says they're pretty good.
AC/DC?
No,
Oh.
Australian Pink Floyd. Like it's a real thing. It's a band called Australian Pink Floyd,
Oh.
and like they're the best, biggest Pink Floyd cover band
In Australia.
in the world, and the like people behind Pink Floyd and Pink Floyd have all like given them the blessing. They do like the exact same light show and shit. Like,
All right.
yeah, Australian Pink Floyd.
Australian Pink Floyd.
I guess their accents would be close enough. It's not like they're like Swedish Pink Floyd.
Sort of.
Hey you.
If you think about it, it would sound like Pink Floyd just with like more attitude, because that's really what it is. The Australian accent is just like a British accent with like a little slang on it and a little more attitude.
It's that criminal talk.
That criminal bloodlines.
Yeah, man. That's how Australia started. You can't deny your roots. We all got bad roots. It's time to move forward. Become leaves. Blow away in our own windy pattern.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say be compiled for like mulch or something.
We could do that too. That is also a respectable future. You know, you got to appreciate mulch.
I figure that way I'm giving back.
Mulch is the backbone of this society, man. You can't grow
As
trees without
mulch?
mulch.
Yeah.
Hey, you're giving back. It's like donating to charity.
I'd rather donut to charity. That sounds worse.
Well-
I was really thinking donuts, but then like as soon as I said it, I was like, that's way dirtier than I wanted it to sound. So I'm gonna retract that sentence.
I'm curious.
There's no auto tune right now. I'm
I'm
sorry.
curious. What would you donut to charity?
Sprinkles.
There we go.
It'd be a yellow cake donut with chocolate frosting and rainbow sprinkles. That's the ideal donut. Or the Homer Simpson
The pink
Sprinklicious.
pink frosting, and they sell those at 7-Eleven regularly.
I know they do.
So good.
Oh yeah.
But I never buy them. I just like to look at them because I'm like, I know that thing's been there since the last time I looked at it 7 years ago. Hasn't even moved.
Gotta go in at like 6 a.m.
The bugs are still sitting there chiseling away at it. God damn it, so hard.
Move on to the bear claw.
We need aggressive music. I wonder, like, I don't know if anybody's ever done this study, but I think we should. This is another good topic. We should see the effect of music on, like, ants. Like, just get a big old ant farm and, like, blast them with anthrax.
I think that works. I think I've seen something like about that.
What music do they use?
They just I mean, it was way back in the 90s or
what
2000s.
genre?
I think it was like 80s hair metal, and then they played like soft, like
Yanni.
smooth jazz or something. Yeah.
The ants all just start fucking. Like, they're not even, like, reproducing. They're just
Put on some
fucking.
Barry White.
Yeah. You stop work. Put on Bob Marley. All of a sudden, they start, like, growing weed. You're like, what?
I mean, if you really think about it, because if they're in an ant farm, most of what they sense is through vibrations, right?
Yeah.
So what happens if you put on like some crazy Norwegian black metal and it's all just double bassed? Like, you'd freak out too.
They would
if that's-
explode.
Yeah, if
You just
that's-
watch ants, like, pop, 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 pop.
Couldn't handle it.
It's like if you were just walking along and all of a sudden like there was a ghost shaking you, like consistently. Like, you'd probably freak out and want to kill somebody if you couldn't see who was doing this. And you're just like, what's all this shake? It's like an earthquake, kind of.
I'm just wondering, like, how cool would that be to watch this experiment? But then at the same time, how fucked up would I feel? Like, thousands of lives being altered by, like...
Well, think about
And then I would be so egotistical to go like this. I'd be like, well, let's see how they react to my music. And then put my music, they all just, like, run away. Like, oh.
Put on some Sublime. Maybe they'll fucking chill out after,
Yeah, you gotta make
torturous
you gotta
round
make
of
up for it.
Slipknot or maybe some Pantera or whatever you decide to put on to thrash their colony.
Yeah, they start like a little circle pit. Just They just dig a circle.
Yep. Everybody goes
All
crazy.
right, so if you're a scientist and you're listening to this, get on that. If you've already done this experiment, show me the video.
We
And if
wanna
you're just
know.
somebody who's not lazy like I am, look up this video and send it to me. I want to see the effect of music on colonies of ants.
please send the link ASAP.
Yeah.
I'd love to see this.
I can tell you right now that the effect of our voices is driving BJ's snake in the background crazy. He finally crawled out.
He likes vibrations too.
Yeah,
Also, he knows it's feeding day, so
he's hungry.
he's hungry. Well, I couldn't feed him for a while. He was peeling. He's still peeling, but at this point, it's like he's got to eat, so he's gonna eat.
I know the feeling, guy. I'm a ginger.
Yeah, ginger's peel too. Just got to shed your sweetness. All right, so before we go, I want to know, what is your go-to, like, happy song? What is your, like, the song that pulls you out of a bad day? We talked about the song that, like, drags you into a worse bad day. We talked about science and hands, and now it's time to finish this up with something positive. So what's your, like, happiest song that you could think of right now? Like, if you're like, I'm going to leave here, and I hope you do. I hope you leave here and go, fuck it, I'm going to make today good. I'm going to listen to this song, and it's going to motivate me to have a good day. We're going to start with you, Brian. What is your go-to, like, I'm going to leave here and have a good day song?
99 red balloons.
A cover version or the original version?
Either or. My favorite version is the Goldfinger version, but I like the original.
That was the first version I ever heard, was the Goldfinger version. I was like, there's so many different versions of this Goldfinger song.
Yeah, it's really morbid, like the actual, what the song's about. But for some reason, it's just in such a happy way. I can't help it.
How is it morbid? I never know.
The song's about nuclear war. Red Balloons is talking about like the
Good happy song,
yeah,
sir.
exactly.
It's like Ring Around the Rosie, like everybody's
But
talking
when
about
you-
like dead people.
Come on, when you put that on, you can't help but just like swing and snap your fingers. So
It's true. It's true. All right, swinging your way into the nuclear war. I like it.
There it is.
I guess when the nuclear war does happen, you're gonna be listening to that song.
Gotta be prepared.
I'll be ready while all you guys are sad and like, no, we're gonna go. I'm gonna be like, I've been waiting for this the whole time.
Yeah. All right, your turn, Rick. What would be your song?
My song would probably be "Welcome Home" by Coheed and Cambria, because I'm pretty much into the comic book line that they got going right now with telling the story, the whole backstory behind the concept album. So,
That's like your favorite band too, because you have been with those guys since like.
since I was introduced by Brian and Matt. So
I fell off the Coheed thing a long time ago after like they did that one big song. I was like, yeah. And then they did that experimental album afterward. I was like, yeah.
Very true.
That's good.
It was kind of hard to get behind them at first because you couldn't find any of their comic book works or whatnot, find any of the background that much. But, over these past few years, they've turned it around. They've got a few comic book lines coming out and telling the backstory behind it. And, of course, the music in itself, it's good road trip music, good work music, good study music, good chill music. It spans the gauntlet of whatever you do in your daily life. But, it's also one of them feel-good tracks, too. So, welcome home.
Hell yeah. I'm going to check that shit out then. Give Coheed another chance today. Make Coheed great again.
Do it.
Do it.
I concur with that.
All right. Well, for mine, I would say anytime I'm sad, or if I want to, really, just have a good time listening to music, I'm going to listen to Tom, Mark, and Travis show. Blink-182, hands down, anytime. That's, the perfect show, and it's, a good experience, it captures a Blink-182 show. I watched last night on YouTube. They have one of their Australian shows completely filmed. So it was from the year 2000. Dude, it was so good. They were so bad and their jokes were actually fucking raunchy. You're like, oh yeah, that's what they used to talk about, I think Tom, Mark, and Travis show kind of is the best way to present the world what a Blink show sounded like,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So for me Blink-182 just makes me happy, that shit. But the song I'm going to leave here and listen to right the fuck now when I leave, because I was listening to it on the way over, is fucking Tangeray by DJ Quick. The epic fucking party jam. If you don't know TJ Quick and you don't know Tangeray, I encourage all of you to go home or stop doing whatever you're doing right now and just Google that shit. Tangeray. You'll never want to drink anything as bad as you do when you're listening to that song.
Never disappointed with DJ Quick.
All right. Well, thank you, folks. This is the end of the 15-minute BJ. We'd like to thank our sponsors. We got Raisin Brain the other week. They signed on. So check them out. We're going to play their commercial. And we hope you guys have a great week or however long it takes to get back together. Thank you, Rick, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be seeing you guys again soon.
We'll be back. Don't think we're not coming back. We'll be back, damn it.
Oh, yeah. We'll be back. I don't know why I made it sound so we won't, but we will, I think. Yeah, let's do it.
What are you going to do, man? That's what alcohol in Mexico.
Well, that's what 332s will do to you.
Do you find it difficult to be a single zombie mother, always on the go, never having time to worry about your kids' nutrition? Well, those days are over thanks to Raisin Brain. One bowl of Raisin Brain contains enough vitamin B and sticky gooey stuff to keep your little undead going through the afterlife. Here, kids, come get your Raisin Brain.
Yay, Raisin Brain!